All right, real quick, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna show you how I got some contents in the mail. I decided to get a NetSpend Flare account, right? And the NetSpend is, they have the debit cards. You can get those for overdraft. For you can register for your payroll check and stuff. It's just a simple, empty debit card. You have to put money on it in order for any money to be accessible on the card, right? So anyway, when you fill up for an account, all right, and you want to be able to know more about the negotiable instruments, okay? So what you're going to do on your own free time is you're going to be going to Article 3, Article 8, and Article 9, right? And there's going to be other ample articles that you're going to be using in the UCC. I would suggest that you read those thoroughly, okay? Money and finances. Go to UCC, Article 3, 8, and 9. All right. And you're going to use other ones too as well as to as you're going to shift like from Article 3 or Article 2, Article 4. You know me. I'm not saying restrict yourself to those three, but those three right there primarily is going to help you with the process of negotiable instruments, in being able to talk about finances, money and finance, and also they even talk about how you make or perfect your UCC, right? Okay, so and that's going to be Article 9, okay, or Article 8, okay? So anyway, I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis on what you do. So what you do is you get your envelope, and you already see I've took out the content for everything in the envelope. They send a card. Okay, this is considered to be a contract. Okay, the minute you activate that card, put money on it, you've already had started a contract, for lack of better words. Okay, all right. So this is the offer. They're giving you an offer. This is considered to be a presentment. Okay, by law. Okay, they presented something to you. You open it up. This is the presentation, right? So the presentment has all the rules and the terms of the agreement right here, right? These is going to be the laws for the laws of the contract, so to speak, okay, between you and the receiver. So you're or the person that's the issuer. As of right now, they're going to be what's considered to be the obligator, and you're the obligee, okay? Obligee means you're going to be, for lack of better words, you're going to be the one that's going to be receiving on the receiving end, okay? Receiving the benefit. The other person, the obligor, is the one that's obliging. They're giving you the terms of the agreement and setting the pace of the contract on how it's going to go. So they're the one that's giving you the offer, okay? And you're the one that's receiving the offer, okay? So it's going to be obligee and obligor, right? So you need to know that. I'm not going to get long-winded. People are always getting lost when I get long-winded anyway. I'm complaining about long-winded, so fine. You do your reading, and I'm just going to show you what I do. All right, now, you want to be able to accept the terms, so when you do that, you're going to have to make this the actual contract for the UCC financing statement. Okay, the UCC financing statement will specify the name of the debtor, the name of the creditor, and the collateral. Okay, for layman terms. I'll review this video. When I revise this video, I'll take it down. I'll bring it back up, and when I do, I'll edit some of the features in the I'll edit some of the documents in the video, so when you watch it the next time, it'll come up on the screen. Okay, so remind you, if it had a copy of a UCC finance and looking at a UCC financing statement, you'll see in these sections right here where it says debtor, name of the debtor, the name of the creditor, okay, and a collateral box. More specifically, we have to go into who's going to be the debtor and who's going to be the creditor, right? Now, if this account is ledgered, okay, it has an account number here on the card. However, that account number is still registered to my name, right? Now, when they fill out this application, before we had an agreement, okay, they're going to ask you for your social security number. All right, so what they need to do is ledger this account, okay, so it's connected to your social security account, right? And for those that have been rocking with me, you understand that the social security number is a master account number, okay? and that goes to your Social Security. Your Social Security is nothing but a credit union, okay? And this is not for debate. It's a credit union, right? For those that know. You don't know, then you need to get your studies up, right? Okay, so that's going to be your master account number. However, you can ledger other numbers, like you create account, which basically is connected to that account, okay? So it's going to use your Social Security number, for lack of better words, for security, okay? So these things get traded up on the stock market. Anytime people are saying they're collecting data, they're collecting any information that's connected to that name. And if there's an account that's associated with that name, that's going to be your Social Security number. Don't forget that. Now, going forward, you are the master of that account, of course, and you're allowing them to do that. But if you don't dispute any of the usage of the account, okay, and you already gave them access of your Social Security number, then that means that they have access to it. You already gave them the name, first and last name, you gave them the Social Security number, and you set up an account to show where they can use this. Now, what they do is they set up an account for themselves, okay, and then they ledger the account onto your account so they can transfer the funds from your account to the debit card, right? For lack of better words, right? So when they do that, the money stops in their account first, right? It goes to a net spend, a visible account on a screen, which is just going to be a ledger to say how much money you're using and how much is transferring from one account to the other. Now, because they're a go-through, they just created a financial institute, right? All right. Their corporation is able to manage funds. Okay. So now they have a financial institute that can work on behalf of you to facilitate money coming in and out of your account. So what does that mean? They set up an account for themselves that is for securities. Okay. And now they can be able to trade that money. They can do anything with that money because you gave them the money. Now, because they got 1,000 or maybe 1 million customers all over the world that's doing this at one time, putting their money all in one account, guess what? They are rich for that amount of time that your money sits in their account, right? Because they're saying it's your account, but they have access to it. So what they did is they got the master account, stay with me, which is going to be a Social Security account. Okay, then you got an invisible account that they set up that they say they're using so they can transfer your funds from back and forth. So that becomes a go-through account, right? And then you have this account, which is nothing just but a card, okay, which is still the same account. Because really it's just two, but when you want to have access to their account, which is your money in their account, then you can use your card right here to access the money out of that account, right? So everybody's not pulling their money out of that account all at one time. So that means some people will put their money in there and let it sit in there. Like, say, for an example, they get a tax check and they let money, you know how everybody wants to save money around tax time, right? You get your first $4,000 or $5,000, somewhere between, some people even get $5,000 to $10,000, you know what I'm saying, or even more than that, depending on how many kids or what kind of benefits they're trying to write off on their tax checks. Okay, so they can receive a tax check, the benefit of receiving a tax benefit. Sorry. So what they do is they'll turn around and claim they're going to save this money, right? After y'all get new TV, every year you get a new TV and new furniture, right? Like you need it now. I don't know why everybody trying to keep up with the Joneses, but you know what I'm saying? Then the rest of that money is going to sit into the account. Well, if you got 1 million people all over the world, there's this money just sitting in the account, they can use that money while it's in the account. Why not? Because they're going to get new customers, right? And they can put the money back in the account that they use because they don't spend it, they flip it. Does that make sense? Now, that process is called hypothecating, okay? Financial institutes are able to hypothecate the money. When they get, say you put $20 into the account, they're allowed to times that times 7, the amount. Basically, add 7 more imaginary dollars to that, to every one that you got. So if you got 1,000, they can hypothecate it by 7,000, right? For security purposes, right? So they're basically making money off your money you put in the account just because they want to be a holder. That's it, right? So what I do with the financial statement is I make them the debtor, okay? And I make them facilitate on behalf of my account. I make myself the creditor of the account, okay? I set up a ledger and I make this right here is the agreement, okay? Now, anything you don't agree in there, you just cross a line out of it. And then you make a separate piece of paper, you know what I mean, which is usually like a notice or an affidavit, if you want to do it in the form of affidavit, to say what you agree to, what you don't agree to, set the terms of the agreement or how you accept that you are the creditor of the account, And the creditor for my account is going to be Creek Running Water, of course, because I gave him access. Okay, the name here I use gave Creek Running Water the access. Okay, over the Maurice Ivy account. Okay, so Creek Running Water has he has beneficial superiority on anybody else, which is being exclusive. Exclusive is still going to be limited too, right? So anyway, as a beneficial holder, okay, of this account, right? I control all collateral that's in the box. Okay. Now from there, what we're gonna do is gonna make this a security agreement, right? You can take pictures of all this to show what this is the content of the collateral. This is all going to be collateral. This right here is a part of the agreement. Okay, we're going to regulate anything of this as a security, right? Because they already took it and made it a security. Okay, because you gave them access without you even knowing they made themselves the secure party over the account. Okay, so once you do that and you staple all this stuff together and make this the security agreement. Okay, and you take pictures of everything. Okay, you're going to take the card off, and you're also going to take pictures of that front and back, okay? Once you take pictures of that front and back, the account number, you ain't going to be able to use that anyway. Trust me, you don't want to touch any of my numbers. All right, for those that are getting, he just gave me, no, I didn't give you nothing. Trust that. I'll track you down. I will find you. Trust me. You ain't going to like me tracking you down. And it's not even going to be a benefit to you later on because you're going to have a nice, I'll take your payroll check from you. You're going to be paying something. And if you ain't got a job, I'm going to make you get one. So, show some concern. I mean, some respect when, I'm showing you my personal stuff. So anyway, okay, so this right here is on legal binding paper. You notice that is a what? 14 by 8.5. That is legal size paper. I'll say it again. Legal size. Okay, that means a contract. For those that see that, when your declaration was printed out, it was printed out in what? 8.5 by 14. That's the only, I always do legal papers like that. When it goes back to a maximum of law on the four corners of the paper and it being 8.5 by 14. Okay, it's symbolic. So we're not gonna go into that there. You can go check my old videos. Okay, so right here you got the front and the back on the contract. You're gonna accept for value. Okay. Now, when you see this almost looks like a ledger. It looks like an itemization. Okay, so the replacement of the card. Here it is right here. Thanks for choosing common questions answered. Okay, so you're going to take all this right here, boom, and all this becomes a what? Contract. Okay, this right here, got everything set up right there. Those barcodes and all that, those numbers. Okay, that'll be set up right here with these numbers right here set up to access the account so that when you want to make a promissory note, these are the numbers that are going to be on the bottom of the promissory note. Okay, now we are going to get a note and we're also going to back up that promissory note to make sure that it's registered, okay, with a bond. Okay, so now they're trying to rotate my device.